We all know they're not getting any better, and the cost of living isn't either. That's caused a lot of families to cancel their vacations. But maybe it's time to think about how to make the most out of a staycation. We are joined by Brian Brody. He is a former police investigator and wilderness survival expert. He has some tips on how to have the ultimate staycation. Good morning to you, Brian. Good to see you.
Sylvia, always great to see your smile. Thank you so much. And before I jump into it, given Mr. Kaplan's report, remember that 100 degrees, it's imperative that you stay hydrated, right? Because the sun is trying to strip the moisture. You go inside to the air conditioning thinking, oh, that's going to be a nice little break. But the air conditions air, meaning it strips the humidity, strips the moisture from it. So you and I can't win, which is why when you think you've drank enough, probably need another glass of water, because your body by volume is 75% water. And if you get dehydrated on a day like today where Mike is forecasting, you better hope you're that bluebird with a bird bath to be able to jump in, because you don't want your body operating dehydrated.
And that's something to talk about as we talk about this segment today, and that is staycations. You know, a lot of people canceling, deciding to stay home. It is hot across the country. There have been heat warnings. What do you want people to know about planning a family staycation?
Well, golly, I'm just like everyone else, right? You go to the pump and you go, well, that's going to leave a mark. So for me, I wanted to try to find a way to keep myself, my family, and my friends, keep them closer to home. And you call them staycations. I call them finding adventure in your own backyard. And the nice thing about sleeping outside overnight, sleeping under the stars, it teaches you to think on your feet, or it reminds you that when you sleep on the ground, it builds grit. And with everything going on in the world today, we could certainly use a little more resilience and grit. And that's why I'm a big fan of teaching people how to go camping.
Okay, so let's talk about that, because this might shock you, Brian, but I am not a camper. I do remember many times when my girls wanted to go sleep in the backyard, and we'd start the night out in the tent, and within an hour or so, we'd be headed back inside. So what advice do you have? Are there any hidden dangers we need to be worried about?
Yeah, so let's do maybe some of the advice, and then we'll get to the quick, some of the quick little dangers. I like to keep the kids comfortable, and I do it, believe it or not, there's a sleeping system, Sylvia, that I found called Zen Bivy. It's your pillow, believe it or not, it's your sleeping bag, and it's a mat as comfortable as anything I've ever slept on in the outdoors. You inflate it. It fits prior to inflation in a small little stuff sack, so your kids are comfortable. Then kids are always hungry. I don't know how they get through the school year, but on summer break, they're always looking for something to eat. So less than the cost of a full tank of gas for sure, I have a little camping stove. So I hook up the camping stove in the backyard. I bring some packets of their individual food. I use Nutrient Survival because it's got all the nutrients that I want the kids to have. They break it open, pour some water, and they're cooking their own meals. And then the hook that I use, Sylvia, is you can't have outdoors without, right? Like I'm going to show you a bag of graham crackers, but graham crackers, chocolate bars, and s'mores. So I found these. They're called Firebugs fishing poles, and they allow you not to have to bug the neighbors for sticks. Isn't that something else?
That's so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah, so you get perfect cook on both sides.
Brian, you are Mr. TV, so you know I'm getting the hard rap right now. What's the website people can go to get some more tips from you?
If you just go to mortalup, MORTAL up.com, it'll teach you how to get resilience and grit, and again, find adventure in your own backyard.
Wait, let me see that.
The gas prices are there.
Let me see that again. That's so cool. How
Cool
fun,
Firebugs, isn't it?
Ooh,
and then we're always not looking for sticks and drop it. You get the marshmallow just right, then you drop it in the fire. You're like,
very
good.
We
gotta start this all over again. There you go.
Thanks so much, Brian.
Sylvia.
Good to see you. Have a safe, fun summer.